we're back with, well, basically what is the last of the BMW DLC cars. Let's see what we got here. 2002 BMW M3. So, yeah, as you could see from the condition numbers, it's no bueno. Missing parts everywhere. The engine's kind of crunchy. Like we're missing half the interior, which is okay. We can work with this. We're going to take this, get it to 100% condition, make it look as good, if not better, than the day it rolled off the assembly line. So let's get started. So yeah. There we go. That frame cleaned up. Okay, that helped a little bit. Oh. Yep, frame's at 100%. And move that back. Okay, it looks like I actually managed to clean the interior. Might just... No, we don't want to get the drive shaft. We want to... Nope, we're not wanting that either. Okay, disassembly. And we're going to switch that back to assembly so we can do an inventory. Okay. Back out. We're just going to go ahead and sell that because we can't fix it up. Let's go shopping. I just want to get the interior knocked out real quick. Let's see. Bench seat. Looking good. 2 front seats. And a nice fancy overbuilt steering wheel. Okay. Back to assembly mode. And back out again. So frame and interior now 100%. That was an easy step there. Didn't take very long. We'll start popping everything off the body here that we can. Got no windshield. The other door is just flat out missing, so is the body window. Have to remember that battery being back there. Yeah. Okay. Alrighty, so you should be at 1%. Yeah, okay. I mean, so we pretty much got everything off there, which is good. Right, we need to go here. Alright, we're going to go ahead and get rid of the glass. No, we're going to need all new glass on that, and we're going to do custom plates. Okay, so the rear bumper, we need to sort by condition here. You know, we're just going to get rid of those. We'll put the stuff on that we have. So we'll do that, and then we'll just make a parts list. I think the trunk was the one that, yeah. That was all we had in terms of stuff to put on for now. So we're just kind of going through section by section here. Grab what we can in terms of an inventory. Did I get the left? Or the right side of stuff? If it didn't, let's just do those anyway. All right, sorry. Had a moment where I just kind of spaced out there. Okay, so let's just grab everything we need here. Just going through and grabbing everything here. No big deal. Just take us a minute. Okay, almost there. Couple more pieces and we'll be done. And everything on the shopping list, although we do need one more thing here. Let's clear the search. We need a left side mirror, if I remember correctly. Okay. Trying to remember what's missing and what ain't. Apparently I did forget something, just not what I thought. Okay. Easy fix. Oh, right. We'll do the license plates after. All right. It's going to need front and rear plates, so let's go get them. I'm just going to do, unless I do a themed build, I typically just do the same plates each time. Come on. Mouse, please. Okay. I should have presets. Maybe they can add that to the next game if they end up making it. Okay. Throw that on. And that on. Take a look. Okay, body frame and interior are 100%. So you got all your wheels, don't you? Good. You're sitting on your own 4 wheels. You're not on blocks or anything, so shouldn't be missing anything major in terms of, at least nothing super critical at the moment. What I do want to do with this car is get it over to paint. I want to give it a different color. Could just go to traditional, like, mirror black finish. Like, think like the Transporter kind of movie. I know it's a different model car, but we haven't done one that color yet. I do want to see what the liveries are. Let's take a look at the options here. Before we go to color, let's go over here. Okay, so you got that. We've done that before. Done that before. I don't like the off-center stripe. Okay, so yeah, we're just going to go... I think we're just going to go with my original plan. Let's go here. No, not solid. Metallic doesn't look bad, but... let's see. No, we don't want to go matte. I think we're just going to go straight up gloss. Yeah. think we're just going to go simple with this one. Okay. This will work. Give it a good send off, you know? Give it a nice conservative paint job and. Yep. Alright, let's get her back in the shop. Oh. I was trying to move around a little bit and I accidentally punched my microphone there. Sorry about that. Although I think it was on a shock mount, so you may or may not have heard anything, but whatever. Anywho, on with the show here. So we're 3 out of 4 in terms of the condition right now, which those were the easy things. So now we get to tear this thing apart from the inside out. So, but before we do that, gotta basically safe the vehicle. So what my definition of safing is, we basically just remove all the fluids. There we go, drain tool. Add some gnarly looking coolant. Ugh. Okay, your power steering reservoir. Oh, okay, it's all the way back there. Got ya. Okay. Worries there. We'll get the oil here in a minute. We got to pop the car up on the lift to get that part. Okay, so we got everything else. We got the coolant, washer fluid, power steering, and brake fluid. Yeah, we just need to get the the oil out, and then we're good to go on disassembly. We'll do the wheels first and leave them off, and do the suspension after we get the oil taken care of. Okay. Oh, that's some nasty stuff. Yepper. That's been in there a while. But probably like a lot of BMWs on the road in real life. Probably driven to death by the people that owned them and didn't take very good care of it. Good God, I hope everybody watching has their tetanus shots. This car's a bit crunchy. Good news is, though, it looks like we might be able to save these rims. Not a bad looking little Beamer. I'd drive one if somebody gave it to me, but I'll stick to my Chevys for the time being. All right, let's get these apart. Don't get me wrong, they make beautiful cars. But they've always, one, have been mostly out of my price range. And two, when you start having situations, and I know they backtracked on this already, but when they get to a point where they're like, hey, let's like install stuff on the car and then make it a subscription. Now, again, satellite radio is one thing. You can still use the radio for other things. It's not tied to just that. But when you had, like, you know, your heated seats on your car, and they're like, well, you have it in the car, you just can't use it unless you pay us. It's like, excuse me? Yeah. I mean, like I said, I know they backed out on it, but still. The principle of the thing. Uh-oh. Apparently it... Wait, did we not remove them all? Or did that one literally just be like, oh, we didn't separate one of them. Motherfucker. And demonetized. Cue the Demolition Man Soda Voce violation. If you don't know what that is, go look it up. It's funny as shit. Oh, there I go again. Basically, there's like a running gag in the Demolition Man movie from the 90s. When Stallone's character's in the future, and anytime he cusses, there's this little gizmo in the the precinct that he was working in, where every time him or anybody else cussed, it would basically just pop out an instant ticket saying you weren't supposed to do that. It looks like we are using 2 different tire sizes. So 225 40 R18, 225 45. But yeah, like I said, at first it was a very jarring thing because you don't know it's there, and they use it as a they use his coarse language when he's talking to his coworkers as a thing to kind of go, "Oh look, a running gag." Yeah, funny as hell though. Y'all should go see that movie if you haven't seen it. It's actually pretty good and somewhat prescient given how the current political climate is nowadays. Right, what are we doing next? Oh yeah, we need to go tire shopping. Okay, so we need let's see, 225 45. We'll do that one first. 25 45, and we need 2 5. Okay, now we need 225 40. All right, let's make sure we got the right ones. 225 40 R18, 225 45 R18, 225 45 R18, 225 40 R18. Okay. I want to test something out though. There's something I want to do first. You know, we're gonna do it later. I was gonna try putting on the tires because like normally they list it like I think it's like front tires, back tires. And if that's the case, that's kind of weird, but okay. We'll figure it out when the time comes. For now, we're just gonna get the suspension apart. The heck? I was focusing on that bearing and somehow it it decided I wanted to take a different part out of the suspension or something. It's like, yeah, no, that's not what I wanted to do. Nope, that's not what I wanted either. Come on. You click on like one thing and it like sends you to halfway to Narnia. Gotta be careful what you click on. And we're gonna probably end up having to replace at least a fair bit of this. Yeah, it looks like everything. Oh yeah, let's get the might as well go ahead and get this out of the picture too. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna be able to save. We might be able to save that drive shaft. We'll find out here in a minute. Want to get the suspension. Oh boy, every single one of these is rusted. Ew. Okay. Come on out. Here. Oh. I think we found all the, or where most of the rusty bolts are hiding out. I mean, it's rusty, but it's mostly there. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Oh, I was like, what am I holding on, or what is it holding on to? And I realized I missed one of the suspension arms. Okay. We'll worry about the gas tank and the exhaust later. I just want to get the suspension apart so we can fix what we can and then replace, you know, what we can't. Okay, just work our way across here. Or through this, I guess. There we go. Oh. That sway bar end link out of the way. Now we get this rusty little front shock out of here. Okay, let's get the bushings before we flip over to the other side. Okay. Swing over. And we'll click back and back again. There we go. Dude, even the brakes are covered in gunk. Ew. Just about done with the suspension teardown. A few more parts to go. Yeah, the conditions of the bushings I'm not, you know, too concerned about. It's the rest of the parts that are kind of like, yeah, a little sketchy. Alright, so grab that. Should be able to take that out now. Cross member, steering rack, and I think that's it on the suspension. Yep. Before we do anything else, let's put these assemblies. Oh man, yeah, those shocks are not in good shape. That's what we're here for, though. We're here to rebuild everything. Okay. The performance part stuff, I typically save that for the engine and the exhaust. Very few vehicles I've found are worth chasing after, trying to figure out if any of the suspension parts are paired up with a performance equivalent or not. Or having a performance equivalent. we're still going to end up with a fairly lengthy fairly lengthy shopping list here. We are seeing quite a few things that we could fix, which is good. It's going to save us a little bit of money here and there. But you know, it's not going to fix our problem. Come on. Sorry, I was busy talking and trying to do the mini game at the same time here. It's not going to like fix everything. Even amongst the stuff that's not already wear items. Well, that happened. Okay. Let's go see if any of the brake discs are salvageable. Looks like they all are. Good. Excellent. Yeah, I'm on now. Yeah, this one's a little crunchier than the others. What's nice is you can actually look at this thing and actually watch it get progressively better. Which is kind of a nice bit of immersion. If you want to call it that. Of course, through the magic of video game logic, it cleans up the parts it's not even cutting. So that's, I mean, this game's got an interesting balance between simulator, a true simulator, and like arcadey stuff. That you don't want this to be like 1-to-1, you know, because otherwise that'd be, you know, it might not appeal to everybody. And we didn't put the tires back together. Just realized. Tell you what, let's go do that real quick. And can you tell I've been busy today? My brain is just like all over the place. Good grief. At least I remembered it. Yeah, one way or another we get this car put back together. It's not like I'm going to get all the way to the end of the build and go, oh wait, tires. I've not been that bad with it. Okay. He's balanced. Okay, let's do the second one. Okay, good to go. So, what's that leave us? Leaves us with a fair bit of 100% parts. Tires all together and balanced, so they're ready to put back on. And yeah, a lot of the consumables, not surprised at all. But yeah, let's just start making a list. Okay. Excuse me. Sinuses are acting up there. Bit of drainage. I'm sure you guys can relate this time of year, at least if you're in the northern hemisphere. Yeah, let's go shopping. And we're just gonna go through here. So we need all of this stuff. So 16 bushings. Got you. 8 small bushings. Couple of rear shocks. Whole new set of hub bearings. Okay. Tie rod. Our little decorative hubcaps. Okay, got your front sway bar. Front shock cap. Rear shock cap. Okay. End links for the back. 2 front shocks. There's our outer tie rods to go with the others we got. Okay, sway bar for the back. Couple of brand new front springs. There we go, front end links. And a couple of rear springs to round it out. Okay, before we do anything else, get the assemblies put back together so we don't end up getting surprised by that. Alright, good to go. Do the back first, because why not? We're not going to put the drive shaft back on. We could, but we're not going to. Gonna work our way around the suspension here. There we go. Okay, let's get that end link on. Good. And that is looking so much better. And let's get that shock cap thing put on, and then we'll put the bushings in. Or not. Come on. Like I said, you click on the wrong thing and it just absolutely just shoots you off to a whole nother zip code. Oh, whoa, whoa. Hang on. Nope, nope, nope. Let's do the out. Okay, actually, we probably do want to do the 40s on that one. Can you? Thank you. I was like, can we back up a few feet? And we're just gonna build her up one part at a time, like always. And one, go. That, not. Come on. There we go. Like, I don't need to zoom in. You could just stay right where it's at. The real boss of a lot of video games, the camera controls. Almost done. Okay, that's the other 40. If I'm reading the spec sheet for the car right, we should be putting them on the... This should be going onto the back, unless I'm completely, misunderstanding things, which, can happen. Okay, so it looks like you are all there. Here, come on. It looks good there, so let's move up to the front. Come on, get. I was trying to get to select that, but I guess I have to put it in there, then select it. Or not. That works too. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, let's just pick one. Thank you. Okay, looking good so far. Okay. This last corner taken care of, and then we're largely good to go for the suspension. Yep, just a few more parts here. And we're good to go. And then we can go on to the next part. Good. Not missing anything else. Check inventory. All we got's the drive shaft. I want to check something before we proceed. want to make sure I did this right. Make sure it sets on its own. Yep. I just want to make sure, because if you don't do stuff quite right with the tires, it will put it up on blocks. So I just wanted to make sure that with the way I was reading that chart, or the spec sheet thing, I wanted to make sure I had the tires on the right end here. And it looks like we're good. So, right. So, yeah, let's take care of exhaust. Looks like these guys here. Gonna grab all that like that. Easy peasy. All right. Make the fuel pump and the fuel tank. And might as well just grab the battery too while we're here. The battery we can recondition. Takes a little bit of time. While it's going, I'm just going to take a look at this because we need to make a shopping list. That is a big muffler. Look at that. Okay, battery. And now we can go shopping. Most of the stuff's in the tune-up shop. Yep, rear muffler. Fuel tank is not a performance thing, but the pump is. So we'll get that. Front exhaust A. And front exhaust B. And a middle muffler. Right. Go back to the regular part shop. Grab the fuel tank. Good to go. Drop that in. And that. Get the fuel tank, fuel pump. We'll get the last two exhaust pieces on there, and I think that's everything but the battery. Can't forget the battery. Okay. We're up to 69. Nice. If we weren't trying to get 100% on everything, I'd actually leave it at that and just go nice. Over and over again. Okie dokie. So the suspension's done, fuel system's done, tires are done, body, trim, that stuff. Now we get to focus on the engine compartment. I also need to get up here. We need to get this starter and the gearbox and get all this out of there. And let's take a looky. I just want to see if the gearbox has a performance version. We've been hitting that occasionally on these builds, and it doesn't. There goes that idea. Right. We've got those. We'll leave them off for now. We'll worry about the rest of the engine compartment after we get this guy rebuilt. So we need to grab our cherry picker. There we go. One engine, please. Thank you. Okay, so here comes the fun part. A lot of question marks. We never did the analysis beforehand. So we'll just put it on there. Woo. He's a solid beastie. A crusty one, but solid nonetheless. But yeah, like I said before, we're going to basically take this little guy apart. We're going to save just the crankshaft and the engine block, toss everything else. Well, we'll make it a parts list, then we'll toss everything else. And then we'll build everything up, trying to get as many performance parts as we can. Get her all put back together and looking pretty. And we'll drop her in and finish the engine compartment. And then it's off to like tuning. Or not tuning, but I wish. I never fuss with that stuff. Basically, alignment, dyno room, and then the speed track is usually what I end up doing. So let's get to it. Probably gonna hit a lot of rusty bolts. Just saying. Back up, back up. Come on. Oh man. That is nasty. Let's go ahead and get this fan off. It's just like I said, we're just slowly peeling the onion here. Just getting everything off here that we can. Okay, we get these old timing shoes off. Okay, we only got one rusty bolt there. That's not too bad. Oh, we forgot the clutch parts. Come on off there. There you go. Okay, that's better. So, timing chain off. Snag those cam gears. Come on. There you go. Alright, so they're going to want us to take all of these little guys off. That's going to take a while. Plus we need to get the whatchamahoo's, it's the spark plugs. There we go. For some reason my brain was sticking there. Yep, we're gonna make this thing look like $1,000,000. You know, I'm pretty sure the car itself doesn't go for that much, but the figure of speech. Oh, that both of them are rusted on this one. Ew. Might as well grab that camshaft too while we're over here. Okay, just about done taking all these Camshaft caps. There we go. Now we should be able to take the engine head, and it just no bolts, just comes right off. Oof. Okay, I think we're at the point now where we could finally get this thing on its side. Pop this oil pan off. You start getting the pistons and everything else out. Ooh, those caps are crunchy. Look at that. Good Lord. Those are just straight up nasty. Okay, almost there. Just about got this all torn apart. Cool. Then on the teardown. So, like I said, crankshaft and engine block. We almost fucked that up. All right. Part mount. Okay, we're gonna put those two on there. Leave that for now. Look at how much better that looks. You can almost eat off of it. Almost. All right. We're gonna have one hell of a shopping list here. Let's get started. Okay, a couple more parts here. Right. Okay, sell the parts that we don't want. Okay, let's go shopping. All right. Okay, the gearbox we've already taken care of. I forgot to remove that from before. Okay, brand new spark plugs. Bearing caps are not. Camshaft caps are definitely not. Performance parts. Pulley? No. Belt? No. Camshaft? Those should be. Yeah, we need 2 of those. Yep. Pistons. We need 6 of those. Fan. I don't think. Yeah, that's not a performance thing. Engine head. Ooh, 10%. Piston rings are not. Head cover. Chiming chain shoe. Oil filter. Nope. Clutch plate. Yes, please. Cam gear. No. Timing cover. No. Rod cap. Definitely not. Ignition coil. Yes, please. Boink. Release bearing. No. Fuel rail. Definitely. Engine cover, no. Timing chain, oil pan, timing chain again. Intake manifold, yes. Alternator, sure, why not? Flywheel, yep. Roller, no. Manifold. Are we needing one or two of those? Oh, it's exhaust manifold B. Okay, so we just need one of those apparently. Pump pulley, no. Water pump, power steering pump, sure. Fuel filter, U. Manifold A, there's our counterpart. Throttle, yes please. And clutch pressure plate. Okay, the rest of this should just be standard parts. Let's get back over here. Okay, there's our bearing caps. You're gonna need 16 of these camshaft caps because reasons. Right, that. Brand new serpentine belt. Of course, a radiator fan, a very old school one. Brand new head cover. Okay, there's our timing chain shoes. Brand spanking new oil filter. Cam gears. Timing cover. Okay. 6 rod caps. Clutch release bearing. Okay, there's our cover, timing chain. Okay, oil pan. U. One idle roller. And a pulley. Round things out with the water pump. Okay. Yeah, might as well, since we're over here, do the clutch parts. Okay. It looks good there. Let's proceed. We'll work our way up the center here. Yep. Doing good so far. About halfway there. There we go. Come on. Okay, it wasn't letting me select that for some reason. That was weird. There we go. Now we got the engine right-sided. Okay, pop that engine manifold on. Fuel rail, good to go. Just kind of speed running this a little bit. Well, not really, but wish I could. Oh, there we go. You probably can't hear it, but my cat is literally trying to beat my door down. Actually, hang on, I'll be right back. You can't see her on the camera, but you want to say hi to Sophie. She's my little void kitty that was literally making it sound like she was trying to bust through my door. I'm leaving that in because I'm sure people can relate to the fact that, you know, you're trying to do something like, I don't know, do recording, and all of a sudden they want in. They don't care that you're busy. They try to do something in one take. But yeah. Yeah, she's a sweetie, but she does not know the concept of, you know, I'm busy. What happens when you spoil a cat? She demands her attention. She demands it right away. Like I said, I'm sure y'all can relate in some respects to that. We all have well, most of us anyway, have, you know, a dog or cat that's demanding attention. In fact, here she is. Oh, whoop. That's Sophie, everybody. She decided to make her grand entrance there. Trying to nudge her off the desk very gently here. I'm kind of busy at the moment. Like I said, she's a sweetie, cuddle bug, whatever you want to call her, you know. But holy heck, it's like I'm working here, you know. Not that I'm making money off any of these videos, but I do appreciate the response, by the way. Can't thank you guys enough. These last handful of videos that I've been making for, like, especially for the BMW DLC, have been doing, you know, compared to my other videos, like the China DLC cars, I was getting maybe somewhere between 5 and 10 views before things would just kind of taper off. I'm getting in like the 50 or 60 view range, which I know in the grand scheme of things isn't big, you know. It's not going to pay the bills anytime soon, but it was definitely on an upward trajectory with this stuff. I keep trying to shoo her off the desk. I feel bad doing that to her, but she's in the way. So yeah, I'm not trying to like be mean to her, but it's like, just stay out of the camera there, sweetie. All I ask. Hey. Anyway. Hopefully everybody else's weekend's going pretty well. Mine's been busy as heck. Alright, I think that's it. Look at that little gem there. Alright, let's get you off the stand. Get you back in the car where you belong. Double check everything, make sure we're not missing anything. Everything looks green, everything looks 100%. Yep, good to go. Alright, let's get you up in the air and then we'll hook your stuff up for the gearbox and the drive shaft. Alright, that's all buttoned up. Now I just got to do the engine compartment. Let's check the percentages. Oh, we're at 92. Nice. Alright, so we've already, like I said, we drained the fluids earlier, so we could just go ahead and pull everything else out. Yeah, we need to get the ABS. It'd be cool if you pulled the fuse box. It would actually pull all the fuses out with it, but I know that's not how it works in real life either, so I suppose it's fine. Get off there. Those little clips are so annoying, both in the game and in real life. Okay, I think that's everything that we can grab. Doing a quick check of everything. All right. Let's see what we can fix up. All right, so we're able to fix at least a few things. Let's make a list of everything else. And get rid of the stuff we don't want. Boom. And we go shopping. I know at least one of these is a performance part. I think it's just the air filter. I don't think that's, yeah. Yeah, none of these others are performance. I didn't mean to back clean out. Come on. There and there. Okay. We'll get the filter cover. Reservoir. Other reservoir. Intake hose. Got you. That filter base was pretty nasty. And coolant reservoir. There we go. Alright, everything else can be found in the electrical shop, so let's go over there. Grab ourselves an ECU. Okay, fuse type A, we need 1. Fuse type B, we need 2. Relay type A, we need 3. 2 relay type C's. and a relay type, or a fuse type C. Right. Brain kind of got cross-wired there for a second. All right. Do the annoying fiddly ones were first here. Oh, pardon me. Still burping up lunch. All right, get these fuses thrown in. Okay, we're out of parts. Check the thing, and it's 100% on all categories. Yay! All right, let's get the fluids put in. Then we'll be done. Well, with this part anyway. Okay, time to get over here. Do these two. This one I'm deliberately overfilling it. It's a habit. All right. That's that. Now we go to the alignment rack. Make sure everything's pointing in the right direction. Of course it's not. That's what we're here to fix. And there. All zeros, good. Cool. Now we get to do one of the fun parts, one of the other fun parts. And we're going to put her on the dyno rack. Yes, I want to proceed. So let's look at the numbers here. So 338 horsepower from the factory with 269 pound-feet of torque. So let's crank it up. It's good sound. .547 horsepower, so a gain of 210, so 62% increase. 414 pound-feet of torque, so a gain of 145 for a 54% increase. Not bad. Not bad at all. All right, let's get you out front. Get some pictures. That one's going to be a thumbnail with a video, which you'll already have seen by the time you clicked on this, if you're still watching by this point. That one's for posterity. All right. Get in. Go places. E-Trek. Thank you. I'm using a mouse and keyboard, so this acceleration might be just a little jank. I need to really plug in my controller for this part. Alright, go. That first shift was kind of filthy. Okay, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170, 180, 186 miles an hour. Try just doing a second pull here the opposite direction, see if I could do any better at all. Okay, 170. Well, that one was bang on the same. 186 in both directions. Not bad. I mean, it's got some get up and go. Then again, it should for that kind of horsepower. Okay, let's go talk numbers. Whenever this decides to load. All right. It's looking pretty sharp. Okay, everything's good to go there. Let's look at numbers. So you can see where the parts, body, performance, and condition bonuses, how they all factor into the numbers. We bought this for $38.5. We're selling it for $169.1 for a profit of about $135.5. So not bad. Not bad. Made a pretty good profit off of it. Yes, I want to sell. For some reason the enter key wasn't working. Stupid keyboard. Okay. So let's move some cars around. So we got the civilian Jeep Willie. That's going to be the next video. Move that into Bay 1. We're definitely giving it a different paint job. The next one is the military version, which, as you could see after I cleaned it up, because if you guys watched the end of the previous video, this thing was still covered in grime and nastiness. So you're going into Bay 2 because that's going to be 2 videos out. But yeah, these are going to be fun builds, dude. We're gonna have a lot of fun with these. All right, let's go to the parking lot and see what we could pull out next, because this is the Jeep Ram DLC. So just kind of give you an idea of like the kind of episodes we have left here. We have the Jeep and Dodge stuff, and then it's just going to be like cab car DLC stuff. So we got what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 episodes of that. We have like 5 episodes of this stuff. So yeah, we're getting there. Let's pull that Wrangler out. Seen plenty of these out where I live. Oh, it's M. Okay, move to garage. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to clean this one too. So I am going to go ahead and just move this over here. I'll take care of that off camera. Oof. Yeah, she's more dirty than anything else. It's actually not that bad looking on the suspension. We are missing a tire, but we can easily fix that. Interior doesn't look terrible, but we'll get there when we get there. For now, I want to thank everybody for watching, if indeed you still are, and I will see you guys in the next video. Later.